Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Claire Point podcast with me, Randy Prizzle. How you guys all doing out there? Everything good, shway, crispy, irie? We've got a long episode today. I say we, I'm talking about all of us, the people that's tuning in, everyone out there, first-time watchers, season watchers, all of you guys. I appreciate the love. You know what to do below if you're feeling all of that. But anyways, let's get on to it because there's a long episode today, a long things to talk about. Including what's gone on, transfer market, all them settings there. But let's get on to first what we usually get onto, which is the random questions. We come on to the first one. Do you people watch? If so, where do you like to do this the most? I don't know what this person means by watching. I mean, if you're talking about just watching, what do you mean? You know what I mean? What do you mean? Like the Yes, that guy who sung the songs. Excuse me, I've got a cold, so I've got a headache as well. So it's transcending. So you're probably going to see me pause a lot of times, not just saying things just to say pause, but generally pausing, because I said my brain is trying to work all this out during this cold and everything, and trying to manifest my way through it. So expect a lot of fumbling today, like the NFL ball getting thrown and then literally getting sacked and that. But anyways, I don't know about the watching stuff. I don't know what they mean by that. It's a bit crazy. So let's move on from that question. How would you describe your sense of humor? Can you give an example? Well, I like anything that's kind of like funny, random. People just bantering each other as well. I think that's generally my kind of humor. You know, I mean, someone that's just taking a bit of the piss out of someone else, but not to the extent where they're trying to, let's say, cause them really discomfort or really harm, where they keep pushing buttons like that, like the Sugar Baby song. Push the button, push the button. You know what I mean? So I think that sense of humor where it's banter, where everybody's kind of laughing when it's jokes, even some crude humor as well. Humor, I don't know what that is, but some crude humor as well would be nice as well, just to give a little impact, you know what I mean? Like the TNA stuff anyways. But anyways, let's move on to the next question. If you could lock someone up and throw away the key, would you? And if so, who would it be? Donald Trump. It's as simple as that. Do I need to explain any more or less? And obviously people in Israel, the people that higher ups above who started this whole crap. Them two. Don't need to say any more, don't need to say any less. Let's move on. If you could choose the way you become a hero, what would the circumstances be? How would I become a hero? Through migraines. I'm already just living it right now, so it might as well just be like a thunderstruck to the head, and then I somehow get powers. Like a Magneto sort of thing, you know what I mean? Using my brain to just pull in magnets and that. But I don't know, I can just like use my brain to like get into other people's minds and stuff like that. You know, kind of like the Professor Xavier sort of thing. So generally, that could be cool. All right. Next thing. What's the most interesting conversation you had? Ew. Probably was with my sister, I believe. I think we were probably discussing a lot about life, and the dating scene and everything like that, and how it's so like, you know, you have to do certain things to impress someone, or to gain their attention or garner their, let's say, to watch you and get to, you know, and a lot of people just don't seem to put as much effort in, and that this whole thing with maybe going into online dating isn't kind of the way, but what way are we kind of left with, unfortunately? So yeah, I know that wasn't really explained in much explained context, as I said, headache settings and that. But anyways, let's move on. What do you believe is the biggest thing that's currently holding you back from success? I don't know. I think I'm really consistent with what I'm doing. Like the Usher song, I don't know. I have no idea. So I think probably it's a combination of who watches your videos, who sees what you're doing, who likes what you're doing. You know what I mean? If you resonate with people as well. If you don't really resonate, if people don't like you, they'll say, hey, we don't like what you're doing. We're not bothering to watch you. We've heard it once. The intro is crap. Do you know what I mean? Your voice just sounds off, doing the whole jarvel stuff. Oh, baby. Oh, just leave it out. We'd rather just watch someone else who's actually funny, who's actually probably someone who we can listen to and we can hear clearly, and there's not a weird background there, just grey and some flipping branches there of an iron flipping tree and, you know, a dartboard. You know what I mean? They'll probably say those things. It's very bootleg, but this is what it is. It's bootleg settings. I don't obviously have the moolah right now. I don't have the moolah to be affording a studio, to be affording those things. So we just do it how we do it. You know what I mean? And this is how I do it. So this is how I do, and this is how we do. So it's just the way it goes. This is how I do. You know, it is what it is. So I don't know what to tell you, like the Aaliyah song. And that's just it explained in a nutshell. But hey, it'll be nice to be somewhere big. As I said, I think my current dreams right now is to just keep hoping, keep pushing, and hopefully get to work with someone who's quite well known in the industry of content creating. Not the big boys yet. I'm talking about someone as small as, not small, but relatively 50k guys, you know, 10k guys, even like as low as, you know, 100 guys, subscribers, 200 subscribers, 300. Do you know what I mean? You start small and then you kind of build it up. Do you know what I mean? So I'm open to working with anyone. You know what I mean? I think if I generally see your content and I like what you do, I'm open. Give me a call. You got my socials. They were above, below when this whole episode started. So message me. But don't message me on some crap thing or promoting all of this rubbish about, oh, you can check this out and give you discount on, you know, supplements or something like that, or a discount on your album or artwork. And I don't need that. What I do need is someone who's serious and who's actually going to want to work with me and all of that. So I'm right here, you know, and I ain't going nowhere. You could turn tables in, you could throw chairs, I'm right here. So if you want me, come and get me. That's just to the girl then though, but the man then, we can work in terms of businesses and, you know, doing all of that and arrangements and things like that. So yeah, excuse me, as I said, I've got a cold, so, and I would just take a quick pause because I do need to clear it all out. So there's going to be the first pause of this episode. Pause. Yes, I'm back from that pause. So let's get on to the next thing we've got for these episodes to talk about. Gladiators. Now, people, if they've not seen, can you feel the power of the gladiators? Do you have the will and the skill? So obviously it's a big well-known thing. Gladiators, probably well-known all around the world. It's back obviously in the UK for season 2. I've seen a couple of episodes so far. I think it's just been a couple of episodes that's been up. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, I have new games there as well. Some new gladiators appear as well. So I would definitely say it's well worth a watch. You know what I mean? It definitely brings me back to the childhood nostalgia of former gladiators when I used to watch the guys like Wolf, Saracen, you know what I mean, Shadow, Jet, Lightning, all of them, you know what I mean, Panther, all of them. So it's appreciation of how the nostalgia hits you when you hear the theme as well, because it's the same theme. And obviously these new gladiators tend to do their thing as well. Big them all up. Dynamite, Diamond, Legend, Viper, you know, Saber, Athena. I'm trying to remember all of their names, but I can't remember everyone. Electro, you know what I mean? All of them, you know what I mean? Fire. So they do their thing, man. They do their thing. So big them all up, you know. Definitely worth a watch. As I said, the first season, what I didn't like about the first season is that they didn't really let the guys go full impact on the contenders. But I think this season now they're allowing them to be a little bit more, let's say, aggressive, and be a bit more firm and be challenging them a lot more, because that's what I found it to be quite annoying, especially during Gauntlet, especially during the ones where they were just allowed to be running through at times and they couldn't hold them and they would be saying release. It's like, nah, man, allow the gladiators to be knocking some bells into these people, because these people come on this show, they should be getting to treated rough. That didn't make any sense. They should be going to feel rough and be getting to get the pamming that they deserve. I've also, during the break, taken some tablets, so I might be a bit all over the place, loopy sayings, but you got loopy Randy, I guess, today, so it is what it is. You know what I mean? But Gladiators, great, thoroughly enjoying it so far, so let's see what more comes. Big up the Gladiators. Oh, you were Gladiators! So yes, thoroughly enjoyable. So if you don't know where it is, it's available here in the UK on BBC iPlayer as well. You can watch it on, I think it's BBC One on Saturdays, I believe it's on. I'm not sure about the timing, probably about 6 or 7. You may have to check your local listings and that. So if you are in the UK, Gladiators is available on the BBC. Paul's not on, you know, talking about Mandingo stuff and all of that, you know what I mean, the big things, you know what I mean, where the brothers then roll with. But anyway, so let's move on. We talk now the Traitors. So Traitors, obviously people don't know about the Traitors. I think again it's been available in the majority of countries. The South, US have one, Canada have one, Australia has one, New Zealand has one. I'm not sure where else has one, but the UK has one as well. So it's basically, you go into this game, it's like a guess who sort of game, and the host picks traitors. They all get blindfolded. She can pick 3 or 2 depending on how many she wants to pick, and they basically have to lie, cheat and steal their way like Eddie Guerrero to get in the money, eliminating faithfuls each week and pretending to be one of the faithfuls. So they're trying to kind of guess who that traitor is, or the traitors are. So it's well worth a watch. I thoroughly enjoy it. Even this season has just ended. I think it's season 3, could it be, or 2? I'm not too sure about that one. Could be 3 here in the UK. But was thoroughly enjoyable. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys and tell you guys who won. You'll need to check that out. But there was a lot of missed opportunities. I think some people thought they played a good game and it kind of smacked them and backfired and hit them in the face. But above all, I like to see game being played that way, strategically. You know what I mean? And if it was me, and if I was a traitor, there's certain things you kind of would have to do. You know what I mean? You have to kind of let people down or betray people, you know what I mean, to stay in this game for longer periods of time, because this is what it's about. You have to work your way to try and stop all of that and try to blend in, you know what I mean, and that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? I don't think you should be taking cheap and low blows and trying to, you know, let's say cuss people out, or, you know, bring families involved into this, because that's just not where it should be. And that's just my opinion on that, you know what I mean? I don't go below the belt, you know what I mean? Do the Ric Flair stuff, woo, yeah, leave it out. So that's just my thoughts on that alone. But it's thoroughly enjoyable. I enjoy watching the Traitors, and I'll say to people, if you do want to watch it, it is available. Again, I think it's on BBC as well. See, coming with these good programs, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? It used to be Channel 4, but now BBC are rolling through and they're doing their thing. So big up to the Traitors, and the show itself and the production and all of that. And yeah, man, let's move on. What do you guys think, guys? The random questions, Gladiators season 2. Have you seen it? The Traitors, you can put your comments below on that one, or keep them to yourself. Well, cool. With that, now we're going to move forward now to talk about the Premier League. You know what I mean? So we're going to come on to that, and let's discuss match day 24. Because there's a lot to talk about, and there's obviously a lot to talk about in the market as well. So let's get on to that. Obviously, my thoughts on the market, we'll touch more on that. You know what I mean? Arsenal not getting any business done. You know what I mean? That's kind of peed me off, to be honest. But let's get on to the match day 15 which obviously should have been played on 15, but 25 as well. Everton versus Liverpool, which is on Wednesday, 12th February at 7:30. I'm going to predict that Liverpool are going to win this one. I think it'll be a tight affair, but I think Liverpool are going to win this one. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Liverpool win. All right, we come to our match day 25's games. So Brighton versus Chelsea, which is on Friday, 14th February. I'm going to predict that it's going to be a tough one to call because obviously it's in Brighton's ground. And Chelsea, you know, after the win they had against West Ham, they obviously would feel buoyed by it. But coming away to Brighton could be a tough game for them. I'm going to predict that it would probably end up a draw. Yeah, I'm going to go with a 1-1 here. Leicester City versus Arsenal. This is at Leicester City's ground, 12:30 kickoff. I'm going to predict that we should win this game, to be honest, but this could be one where we take our foot off the gas and try to think it's all won by getting a 1-0 and then they come back and score or something like that. Madness happens. I'm going to be confident and go with a 3-1 Arsenal win. West Ham versus Brentford. I'm going to go with this is actually a tough game to call. Brentford usually good at home, but obviously they've lost the last game at home. West Ham, you know, you don't know what you're going to get with West Ham nowadays. Obviously with the new manager in charge, Potter, could be looking good for them. I think it'd be a tight affair, to be honest. So I'm going to go for a draw on this one. Probably a high scoring one, 2-2. Southampton versus Bournemouth. I think it's going to be a Bournemouth win. Yeah, probably a tight one. Probably like maybe not actually. 2-0 Bournemouth win. Aston Villa versus Ipswich Town. I'm going to go for Villa on this one. Probably a close affair. I think a 3-2 Aston Villa win. Man City versus Newcastle. Now, again, another potential banana skin for Man City, but I do think that this game could really test their resolve if they're going to answer back against the Arsenal loss. So I think it's going to be a tight one, this one. Probably a late goal to win it, to really seal it off. 3-1 Man City. Fulham versus Nottingham Forest. I'm going to go for, again, this is a tough one to call. Fulham just, they win their last game. Give me a second, let me find out. Fulham. Yeah, they did. They beat Newcastle as well. So, you know, it's a big game for Fulham. I think they're going to... I think a draw here. 1-1. Crystal Palace versus Everton. I'm going to go for a Palace win. I just think they would probably have enough at home to get over the line. 2-1 Palace. Liverpool versus Wolves. Could this be a banana skin for Liverpool? I don't think so, to be honest. 4-1, 4-2. Yeah, 4-2 Liverpool. Tottenham versus Man United. I'm going to go for... It's going to go either way either. Do you know what I mean? Man United probably need to win this game, but so do Tottenham. I'm going to go for a draw on this one. 1-1. And that's it for my predictions. I did forget to obviously discuss the games that happened on match day 24. So let me get through them. Match day 24. Nottingham Forest 7, Brighton 0. Newcastle 1, Fulham 2. Everton 4, Leicester City 0. Ipswich Town 1, Southampton 2. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 2. Wolves 2, Aston Villa 0. Man United 0, Crystal Palace 2, Brentford 0, Tottenham 2. Arsenal 5, Man City 1, Chelsea 2, West Ham 1. So overall, the surprises there, obviously Arsenal beating Thingy 5-1, Man City, Haaland stay humble, huh? Do you know what I mean? So running your mouth, throwing the ball, you got what you just deserved. You know what I mean? So all I've got to say to him is you reap what you sow. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? Bitch. So is what it is. You know what I mean? Nottingham Forest, beating Brighton 7-0. Who saw that coming? Didn't see that coming at all. But, Nottingham Forest absolutely cleans Brighton and tore them apart. So, Fulham winning 2-1 against Newcastle. It's a good result for Fulham. Away from home as well to win that one. Fantastic result for them. Everton 4-0 win against Leicester City as well. Didn't see that one coming either. So that was another shock on the cards. Southampton winning, against Ipswich Town. It's crazy. Again, something we didn't see coming. Some unpredictable results that happened in the Premier League. Wolves again, beating Villa. Didn't see that one coming. Liverpool, standard usual, beating Bournemouth. Bournemouth were all over them, but Liverpool managed to find the goals again to win the game. Man United, losing at home to Palace. Mateta striking twice to sink Man United. It's not looking good so far for them. Tottenham beating Brentford away from home. It's a good result for them. Brentford don't usually get beaten at home. So Tottenham on the train, you can say the road to recovery of somewhat. The road to getting back into the top half of the table. But who cares? And all of that. But yeah, Arsenal 5-1 against Man City. Brilliant result for us. The fact that we beat them 5-1, it's a great result for us. Lewis Skelly, brilliant performance by him. Declan Rice, who I didn't get to speak about more on Arsenal Shall Deliver. Episode is available, so I do talk about Man City game. It's available on the Randy Prizzle channel right here, link below on that. But yeah, brilliant result, fantastic game, and Declan Rice, great performance. Thomas Partey, great performance. Just anyone that was in our midfield. Odegaard as well stepped up today as well. Much better performance by him. Timber, solid at times. The two centre-back pairings, brilliant as always. Do you know what I mean? And Lewis Skelly, man of the match for me. Ethan Wanyeri coming off and getting a banger as well. Brilliant. The penalty, dispatched well. Sorry, penalty in this game. No, there wasn't a penalty in this game. Again, thinking about the last game. But yeah, Kai Havertz scoring that goal. Listen, missed that chance. Obviously, was going to rip into him, but then he redeemed himself. Set up the first goal, obviously, for Odegaard to score through City's mistakes. But we move. It's the next game now. Let's see what we can do in this next game against Leicester City. Do you know what I mean? On we go. It's a brilliant result. You know what I mean? And we make Erling humble. Well, we could call him that now. Erling humble, stay humble now. So yeah. Brilliant. And that's it for my predictions, guys, and my thoughts on match day 24. So what do you guys think? Was there any shocks on the card to you guys? You can put your comments below on that one, or keep it to yourself. Well, cool. We're going to move forward now to the EFL Cup predictions. So obviously, get on to the games that are going to be happening in the EFL Cup, which obviously it's us and Newcastle. So us and Newcastle, Arsenal and Newcastle. Obviously Newcastle 2-1 deficit. We have to go there and turn that around. Do I think we would? I think we'd score a goal. I think we could take them into extra time potentially. It's going to be tough to go there and score 2 goals. I think we could do it though. I think it'd be 3-1 Arsenal. We take them into extra time. And we may just scrape through on penalties. So I'm going 3-1 Arsenal, and then we probably win it on penalties, I guess. So that's my predictions for that one. Liverpool, Tottenham. Obviously, it's a 1-0 deficit. I don't think Tottenham are going to win this one. I think Liverpool are probably going to beat them like 2 or 3-0. Maybe 3-1 or something like that, 3-0. So I'm going to go for 3-0. I think they'll score 3-1. But Liverpool get through. So I think Liverpool dominate first half, 2-0 or something up. Then they let it slip and then they just go and score third. So yeah, Liverpool winning 3-1. That's my predictions for the EFL Cup. Obviously now we're going to move on to the FA Cup, because obviously we've got that as well happening on the weekend too, but obviously on Friday as well. So let's get on to the predictions for that, for the fourth round, which is on Friday, the 7th of February. Man United versus Leicester City. I'm going to go for a United win. Just about. I'm going to go for a 2-1 United win. Leyton Orient, Man City. I'm going to go for a 5-1 Man City win. Leeds United versus Millwall. 2-1 Leeds United. Coventry versus Ipswich Town. I think they still do replays, right? So I think this could be a draw replay. Preston versus Wickham. 2-1 Preston. Stoke City versus Cardiff City. 2-1 Stoke City. Southampton versus Burnley. Maybe another replay as well. 1-1. Everton versus Bournemouth. Bournemouth. 2-1 Bournemouth. Wigan, Fulham. 3-0 Fulham. Birmingham, Newcastle. 4-1 Newcastle. 4-2. Brighton, Chelsea. 2-0 Chelsea. But they could play the kids in this one, couldn't they? 2-1. Blackburn, Wolves. Gonna go for Wolves. 3-1 Wolves. Plymouth, Liverpool. 4-0 Liverpool. Villa, Tottenham. 2-1 Villa. Doncaster, Palace. 2-0. Exeter City, Nottingham Forest. 3-1. And that's it for the FA Cup predictions. What do you guys think? What is your thoughts on them? Put your comments below on that one, or keep them to yourself. Cool. Well, now we're going to touch on the fight night that happened in the UFC. So just obviously a few of the matches that did happen. The bantamweight fight, Said Nurmagomedov versus Vinicius Oliveira. Vinicius obviously got through in the decision points. For me, the right call. The heavyweight clash, Sergey Pavlovich versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. I think it was the correct decision as well. Put him to the ground a lot of times and punched his face off. So I felt it was the right call again for Pavlovich to win. The middleweight clash, the Sharapudin Nurmagomedov versus Michael Venom Page. Yeah, apart from a few hits, and that Page really kind of dominated on decision points, so no qualms with that one. And the middleweight fight, the main event, Israel Adesanya taking on Nadesorin Imanov. And Nadesorin Imanov ended up winning the fight. It surprised me by TKO knockout in the second round. Just first round as well, Israel Adesanya got caught with a bad uppercut and then completely kind of got through his guard and in the second round and knocked him down. And then when he was against the cage trying to get a back up, bang, and then mounted him and on the back and then fisted him up. So it just is what it is. It's unfortunate because Israel Adesanya is my guy, but what can you do, man? He got his clock cleaned, and people would say, is this it? Is this over for Israel? I think for me, I wouldn't say he should retire so soon. I think one more fight, if he loses that one, yeah, call it a day. So, but it was a surprise for me to see him lose that one. I probably thought there would be a better showing from him, but it is what it is. He let his guard down for a minute and got knocked out. So, yeah, it sucks for him, but yeah, let's move. That's it. But what do you guys think? Israel Adesanya losing fight night, the rest of the fight night card? You can put your comments below on that one, or keep them to yourself. Well, cool. With that one now, we're going to move on to the Royal Rumble. So just a roundup of obviously what happened in the 2025 Royal Rumble. Yeah, all of that. Obviously, I expected Charlotte Flair to win. She did win, so all of that. The Women's Royal Rumble was decent. Don't think it was good as the men's, but it was a decent showing as well. The disappointing thing, Nikki Bella turning up. Didn't want her to turn up, but she did. Well, they could have used it for someone else. But good to see Trish in there as well. Some of the NXT talent coming in there as well. Jada Parker, who I kind of predicted and hoped that she would be there, and she did. So great. Good to see her there. Yeah, Jordan Grace as well. You know what I mean? It was probably the worst kept secret. Kind of knew she was going to be in there. Thought she was. So no qualms with that one. Joe Hendry as well for the men's was in there too. But Charlotte Flair's the winner. Yeah, man. Saw that coming. So didn't surprise me one bit. Then we come into the men's. So the men's Royal Rumble, star-studded one. John Cena was in it. CM Punk was in it. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. You know what I mean? AJ Styles returned and paired in the Rumble as well. We also had Penta in there too. You know what I mean? Braun Strowman. Some big names, big hitters were in that Rumble. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, man. Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio. You know what I mean? Santos Escobar. Let's be honest, that's probably the one person I didn't really want to see in the Rumble. But he was there, so they could have given that to anyone else. And I showed speed as well. You know what I mean? He absolutely got torn apart. That spear was dirty. It was a dirty spear. It was like a NFL actually rugby takedown. You know what I mean? Sort of spear. But it was funny as hell to see Speed get absolutely clocked clean and then thrown over. And then Otis just throws him over onto the announce table. It was crazy, man. But brilliant to see. Do you know what I mean? Hey. But I didn't expect Jey Uso to win. It was a nice surprise in a way. But do I have qualms with it? To be honest, because of how big this Rumble was, of how many star-studded names were there, it kind of irked me slightly. Because I probably would have wanted one of those guys to win it. But nevertheless, I'm happy it was a surprise win. Because it was surprising to me. But I did think that Jey Uso should have won the Saturday night main event against Gunther, but he didn't win it, and then they let him win the Rumble. So it is what it is. He's going on probably for me to face Gunther again, and he probably is going to beat Gunther this time. Charlotte Flair, I see Charlotte Flair probably facing Tiffany Stratton, to be honest, and probably beating her. So it doesn't surprise me, and then getting 16th championship, I believe, or 15th, one of them. So yeah. The DIY versus thingy wasn't long enough for me. I think it was a decent match, but it should have been long enough. Just wasn't long enough for me. But great spots, great fight, great action, just not enough, not long enough. And then Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes, brilliant, thoroughly enjoyable. I predicted Cody would win just as much as I predicted DIY were going to win that match. Didn't obviously expect in that match that Street Profits were going to turn up and are going to cost the Motor City Machine Guns, but obviously then afterwards beating up Thingy afterwards, yeah, it kind of made it clear that, you know, Street Profits are not playing around anymore. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. But Cody versus Kevin Owens was brilliant. I thoroughly enjoyed that match. I thought it was fantastic. Action from start to finish, good spots as well. Clean match, great action, great sort of thriller ride, and putting him through the ladder as well was dirty, but it was brilliant as well to see. So big up to them for that match. Fantastic. Cody, for me now, probably, I think obviously with this Elimination Chamber coming up, could be facing John Cena. I see that probably happening now because John Cena's lost. Let's say hurrah, they've got to put him somehow at WrestleMania. And I think he's going to win the Elimination Chamber and face Cody Rhodes for the championship. Do I think he's going to be successful? At this point in time, I don't know. Potentially, yes, but we have to wait and see in it. So I think I'll know when I see all the build-up and everything, because the build-up will tell me, and how they kind of portray everything will tell me who's going to win that one. So, yeah, man. But overall, the event as a whole was pretty decent. You know what I mean? I'm not going to lie. It was a good event. I would have liked Charlotte Flair not to win the Rumble, if I'm being completely honest, because she wins everything, doesn't she? She wins everything. It's pretty annoying at times. Pisses me off. Yeah, I like Charlotte Flair, but yeah, I mean, and again, yeah, she came back from a long-term injury or whatever, a year and something out, but there's other people that could have won that, but it's Charlotte Flair, isn't it? So you kind of just have to accept it, fortunately. Flipping out. Charlotte. Damn Flair. But yeah, let's move on. So now we're going to talk Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is coming up. It says LIX. I'm not sure what that means in terms of numbers. I'm not good with the Roman numerals and that, so LIX it is. So it's going to be the Eagles, Philadelphia Eagles versus the Chiefs. I do think it's the Kansas City Chiefs that's going to win this one, unfortunately. You know what I mean? I will want the Eagles to win, because obviously, you know, they haven't there in a while. So, but I think the Chiefs can win this one. So my predictions are the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. And that's it, guys. That's my thoughts on that. I will be staying up late at night to probably watch it. It's on at Sunday, 9th of February, 11:30 p.m. in the night. So it should be on here at that time in the UK, 11:30 p.m. And it should be going on to probably about 4 or 5 in the morning. You know what I mean? It is what it is, but I should be up watching that and checking out the Super Bowl. I hope the Eagles manage to somehow win, but I don't see it happening. I think the Chiefs have got this. So yeah, that's my thoughts and my predictions on the Super Bowl and everything else, the FA Cup, Royal Rumble and that. What do you guys think of all of that I've said? You can put your comments below on that one or keep it to yourself. With that, we've come to the end of this episode. Jam-packed episode of the Clarepoint Podcast, episode 24. I'm a bit high on the drugs right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, legal drugs. I'm talking about paracetamols and ibuprofen and things like that. So yeah, so all of that. Big yourselves up, you know what I mean? And appreciate you guys, first time watchers, season watchers and all of that. If you're feeling this episode or anything else on the Randy Prism channel, you know what to do below. All of that. Social should be below as well, so you can follow me and, you know, follow me, leave your all of that. So yeah, can speak to man, holler at man. I probably wouldn't respond if I don't know you that well, but if you send me a good message, then yeah, I probably most likely might check it out and have somewhat a response to it. But yeah, the big yourselves up, guys, and appreciate you guys watching this episode. And you know we usually do it when we finish. Peace, love, unity, have fun, and you're either all in or clear out. Back on. Put this back on. I forgot to talk about one more thing. You know what I mean? Arsenal transfers. Now I'm absolutely upset with the fact that we've not signed a striker. What is going on? Why have we not signed a striker? What is this? This is pathetic. I wanted to say to the board, you are an absolute disgrace. The fact that we've gone so long, we haven't signed a striker. You waited for the last period of times when we could have signed a striker in the start of January, and you didn't do that. We waited and waited. You know what I mean? Trusting people like Jesus and people like Kai Havertz up front. And now we're stuck with Kai Havertz because you guys decided not to go into the market and get a striker that we needed. Instead, you bidded late for Ollie Wilkinson, joke man bid. And now we're left without a recognisable striker. Kai Havertz up front. Whoop-de-doo, are we meant to be happy about that? What the hell is this? This is crazy. It's absolutely insane. You know what I mean? The fact of the matter is that we left it this late absolutely pisses me off. You know what I mean? We ain't serious. As if we were serious about winning this league title, we would have gone and signed a damn striker. We haven't signed one, and now we've got Kai Havertz to show for it. Congratulations, board. This is on you. If we don't end up winning anything this season, this is on you, which I still think we won't. This is firmly on you, bitches. I'm out.